This amazing, beautiful, unique place is worth saving. Our last large expanse of old-growth forest in all of our area. When we first heard about this potential development, it was hard to believe. They actually were going to put this massive 4,000 home development in this unique local treasure that we have, Sledge Forest.
Sledge Forest is in northern Hanover County, and it consists of just over 4,000 acres. And in that acreage, there are some significant natural areas as identified by the Natural Heritage Program. In fact, it's looked at as one of the significant New Hanover County, but also North Carolina, and even a nationally significant area for biodiversity.
And when we first looked at it, it was really a sense of disbelief. We were told in the beginning that because of this loophole in our ordinance that is allowing this out-of-town developer to put this high-density development in this rural area, in this beautiful forest, no input from the surrounding communities that would be so potentially negatively impacted by this development, no input from the planning board, no input or review from our county commissioners, our elected officials. There was nothing we could do, that it was out of our hands and we had to just accept it.
The loophole they're trying to exploit will enable them to get higher density than the rural agricultural zoning allows. And what they're trying to claim is this bottomland hardwood swamp acreage is equivalent to upland longleaf pine acreage. And so they're trying to conflate the two and say, we're going to trade this swamp. They're trying to make it sound like we're going to protect this from development, which this can't be developed anyway. And for any elected policymaker to go along with it, they're being complicit with a disingenuous developer.
The potential building of this development, I believe, would be a catastrophe for my town. It's way, way, way too big. They are using a loophole in the zoning laws to try to cram 4,000 homes on 1,000 acres. Essentially, it would mean they'd have to clear cut the area, and clear cutting in a swampland that is surrounded on 3 sides by tidal water is just asking for flooding.
What happens when a large hurricane comes through? And we know it will eventually. And you're putting this huge development in the middle of a floodplain. This place is also adjacent to a hazardous waste site, a toxic plume that has already migrated onto the Sledge property and in our aquifer. Who's going to insure those homes?
The developer, I can say this because he has said it. His goal, his life goal, is to become a billionaire. The only way that can happen is on the shoulders of our residents. But the product he is selling is bottomland hardwood swamp that technically should be qualified as public trust because it's all flooded with public trust water.
When you're talking about an over 4,000 home development, the largest residential development in recent New Hanover County history, twice the size of our other 2 large developments in the area. Putting that in Castle Hayne, which will double the population of this rural area, add over 30,000 cars to a 2-lane road that's already over capacity and F-rated. The infrastructure in the area, our area schools, our emergency services cannot handle that increase in population. To think that our voice, as the public who will be impacted, is being silenced because of this loophole in our ordinance. The injustice of that is hard to put words to.
We're speaking up, we're speaking out, we're not sitting down. And it's time for our policymakers to make note of that and do the same in defense of their constituents, not out-of-town developers. With all due respect to out-of-town developers, this isn't their community. They didn't grow up here. They didn't raise families here.
And this community said, no, we believe this is worth saving and we're going to do whatever we can and do whatever it takes. It's a mistake that needs to be fixed. This loophole needs to be corrected, and we're going to continue to fight for what we see as an injustice. What we've been asking from the beginning is for our elected officials to say the same thing. that we will stand by your side and we will do what it takes to save this special place. This forest belongs in conservation. That's what should happen to it. It should not be developed on any level because you can't protect part of it without protecting all of it. We're not giving up, and we won't give up until this forest is protected, our community is protected, and the health, safety, and well-being of the people who live here is protected.
And so maybe this idea of building this massive development, 4,000 home development, in what is our last large expanse of old growth forest, maybe that's the tipping point. And maybe this is the moment where we all finally collectively say, enough is enough. And I remind myself that that forest is counting on me. It's counting on all of us to protect it from harm.
Subscribe.